extremely talented, and that was a big performance by them down at Arrowhead Stadium. This is what the two quarterbacks have done. They've each tossed a couple of touchdowns. That gives Alex now, by the way, 14 on the year. He had 15 all of last season.
He's playing fantastic football right now. Maybe the leader in the clubhouse for the MVP. Derek Carr having to put his team on his back today. They're not as talented. He's got to carry them.
3rd and 3. Coming out of a Raiders timeout. Nice catch. Hill, first down. And Emerson was the man who was beaten on that play.
And Alex missed a couple throws like that last week. You know, against Pittsburgh, just missed a couple of these outbreakers. You're going to watch him go up and break right across his face to the sideline. And that ball can only be in one spot. Now Alex puts it there.
He's closing in on 200 yards passing in this first half.
And about 190 against Emerson.
Yeah, that's right. And Carr on the other side has already eclipsed 200. First down. The give to Hill. And he's got a quick 6.
I mean, how do you defend that? That's a receiver, right? Didn't he just catch the 12-yard outcut a second ago?
Well, he does it all, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
I mean, since he came into the league at the beginning of last year, he has scored touchdowns 4 different ways by running.
And that play right there, Alex has the option to keep it and pitch it to somebody else. It's so unique, this system. They got a bunch of fun, cool plays.
He's had 2 rush touchdowns, 5, make it 6 now by reception, 3 punt returns, and a kick return in his 22-game career. Hunt has the first down, but a flag will have to check at the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense. Number 72. 10-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
They got Eric Fisher for that one.
You see Fisher right here. It's a double team. Him and Witzman get up on the backer and just gets called for it right at the end. Now let's see if Oakland plays that soft zone again, and Kansas City's willing to just keep checking it down.
Albert Wilson in a slot to the left. Hill at the bottom.
Little motion here by the tight end. Yep.
Again, a short pass. And it's juggled, but then caught by Hunt. And thanks to that effort, he gets it down to about the 35, and a gain of 7 might take us to the 2-minute warning. Yep. Good one going here in Oakland. Chiefs driving, leading. 17-14.
Pick up this.
Experience the captivating Lexus RC Coupe with available 306 horsepower. Experience amazing.
Sir Jeremy, you are a true friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. Madam Susan, you are an even truer friend of the crown. Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly. What is that?
This is a spiced honey mead wine that I have really been into lately.
Please follow Sir Brad. He's going to give you a private tour of the Pit of Misery.
I'm sorry, what?
Pit of Misery, dilly dilly.
Here's to the friends you can always count on.
I sold my dream house to buy my first Domino's store.
I built my store with my bare hands.
I used my college savings to buy my store. It means everything to me.
But we've decided to tear them down.
We love what we do, but not where we do it. Come and see our remodeled stores when you carry out large 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. For every Color Rush jersey purchased, the NFL donates to youth programs nationwide. For guys like these, let's light up the neighborhood.
And then the
shotgun. Steelers trailing by 3. He's back. The pass is in. Touchdown!
We have 5 Tier 1 operators, and we're really good.
When the Navy SEALs go in,
let's just try and look friendly. I'm always friendly.
They go all out.
Come on, we'll take you home.
David Boreanaz stars.
So what do you say we give peace a chance?
New SEAL Team, CBS Wednesday, or stream it live or on demand.
3rd and 6, Alex Smith, you're in field goal range right here. You've got an opportunity for your kicker. Just make sure you don't take any sacks. Get this ball out of your hand.
Not rushing it tonight.
Khalil Mack is one-on-one at the top of your screen.
To Kelsey for the first. Kelsey's second catch of the night. The first went for a touchdown in the opening quarter.
Well done. Throw the ball, get it out of your hands. And you see Mack right there applying the pressure, but when you throw it that quick, they can't get there. That's smart quarterback play, and it's kind of easy when you got a tight end. It gets open really quick.
Smith has hit his last 7 passes.
Here we go now. You got plenty of time. All 3 timeouts. You can run the ball. You can throw it.
Throws it for a pickup of about 7, maybe 8 for Robinson. And coming up next, the Lexus halftime report. JB and Coach Cowher and Dion break down all the first half action. Coming up on the Lexus halftime report.
Hurry up.
So you got 2nd and 3. You know, I like running the ball here.
Yeah,
that way, if you had 2 incompletions, you're not giving them the opportunity to come back. You make them have to decide to take a timeout or not. Just hand this ball off.
And hand it off to Hill. And he goes out of bounds.
Why?
It's exactly the opposite of what you wanted.
Defeats the purpose of what you were saying they should do as far as forcing Oakland to make some decisions.
Well, you run the ball there, and you make Oakland have to use a timeout, which they're not going to do there. And then what happens is you have all the time in the world, you know, and then you have the option basically then with 40 seconds. And if you don't convert, you're fine because they don't have a ton of time. Here we go, 3rd and 3.
From the 21.
Safety blitz. He's one-on-one. He's going to have to get this out fast if this guy blitzes.
Man is open. And that's Wilson.
Got it.
Incomplete.
Oh, incomplete.
Ooh,
He
not
did
getting
it.
down.
And now you're going to see right on the sideline, right here, it's a great ball by Alex. Stands in the pocket.
Toe on the line?
Yeah, but let's see right here the first part. Right, pause that. And no, he's out. He got the left foot in first, but the right one just hits it.
So Butker from 39 made one from 53 in the opening quarter. And this kick is good.
Now you see the time difference. 40 seconds left, less if they would have stayed in bounds on that 2nd down run.
Got anything new?
Yeah, about a small business. So you want to grow your little moving company?
I like it, but what if grow your moving company?
I think maybe it ought to be more like a song than a jingle.
Okay. Yeah, well, do it your way. Of course, people seem to like it. They talk about it all the time. They tweet about it. Speak to me in jingle tone 24/7. But yeah, I think a song makes sense.
Rated E to M.
Little Dakota's nose was quivering in fear. because it knew an ordinary tissue was near. The fiery tissue left her nose sore and red. So Dad slayed the problem with Puffs Plus Lotion instead. Puffs have pillowy softness for Dakota's tender nose, with lotion to comfort and soothe when she blows. Don't get burned by ordinary tissues. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed.
Wendy's is raising the bar when it comes to chicken, with new chicken tenders that have the perfect balance of crispy outside and tender inside, and a serious side of salsa sauce to go with them. And with a combo this great for just $5, the only question now is,
to dip or not to dip?
Making Wendy's new chicken tenders not just delicious, but deliciously different. But this $5 deal won't last long, so hurry and get one now. After all,
how can this go wrong?
Only at Wendy's.
All right, no NFL on Saturday. You can think again, because Good Morning Football Weekend gets you set for Sunday, including live reports covering the Super Bowl rematch, the London tilt between the Rams and Cardinals, and everything in between. Good Morning Football Weekend, Saturday at 10 live on NFL Network. Raiders have 2 timeouts, minute 6 seconds here before halftime.
That's a ton of time. You're at home, minute and 6. He's already thrown. Carr's already thrown for over 200 yards in this half. Both quarterbacks playing well. You know, I'd be aggressive. I'd start calling plays down the field. They're one-on-one outside.
This game's already had over 500 yards of offense between the two. And again, the Lexus halftime report is straight ahead. James Brown, Coach Cowher, and Primetime with the first half highlights and analysis on the Lexus halftime report. You see number 49, Jameis Olawale.
He comes in to block on these third down, these 2 minute. He can block. He knows the route tree.
Very good in pass protection.
Let's see if Kansas City gets this safety to go back. That means they'll be in cover 2-man, or if he stays down low, they're man-to-man.
Lost the minute. And able to get out of bounds is Cook.
And you saw right there, Cook goes up, and the guy that I pointed at, Parker, is guarding him one-on-one. And if you're going to guard from 15 yards away, you better sprint at the snap.
This was big, too, though, that he just was able to bounce off the hit and get out of bounds.
You got a ton of time. I mean, you're not going to run the ball. I still like throwing it on every down.
That last play for 15. Make it 14. Signs it incomplete. Nothing there for Olawale. Tracy?
Well, Jim, after the pushing and shoving and the penalties on the field, there was a little pushing and shoving on the Oakland sideline. Frustration between Michael Crabtree and Donald Penn. Offensive line coach Mike Tice immediately got involved, just telling them to calm things down, get over it, and focus on football. Jim?
Okay, so a flare up on that sideline. We saw during the break, too. Marcus Peters was still jawing with some of the Raiders after he had been called for the late hit. Here's a 2nd and 10.
He's got room.
He's got a first down, and he's out of bounds at the 46 and does not take a hit.
And that theoretically, that's the coverage we've seen a lot tonight. I say 2-man, so you're going to look at all these guys are going to turn their back and go cover the receivers. Well, when you do that, no one's looking at the quarterback. And so with great ball protection there.
That's pretty tough.
You got the 2 safeties there, 1 up there. They're all way back there.
Okay,
and then you got Derek Carr just running. And they tried to do that with the draw earlier.
And you expressed some concern about putting him in that position,
yeah, that's silly.
Given the recent injury.
3rd and 10. I mean, if it happens organically like that, fine. But
48 seconds to go. Kansas City territory. And incomplete, and a flag. May have been a face mask. Looked like it was Houston with his hand inside the helmet.
Oakland's going to get away with one here.
Personal foul. Grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 50. The 15-yard penalty and an automatic first down.
It's a screen play, and Houston just runs right by the tackle. And boy, that's a, yeah, he got up in there. I mean, it is a penalty. As ticky-tack as it is, you can't look. I mean, Houston's one finger is pretty strong. But Oakland was running a screen that was actually swallowed up that time by Kansas City, the same one they ran earlier on 3rd down. They're trying to guess the coverage and the play every time. That doesn't work that often if you're going to be guessing.
Penalty puts the Raiders in field goal territory. Plenty of time to try to do more with it. Across the middle, almost intercepted. That was Mitchell, who was closing in on the receiver and couldn't believe that the ball was actually coming toward him.
This is what I don't understand. He's out here 15 yards off. He's one-on-one. He's one-on-one. There's one safety in the middle, no help over. Carr can throw outside the numbers on every snap, and he's thrown to the check down with 2 guys. He's got to get the ball outside the numbers. When he sees single coverage, you got to trust your guys to go in out there.
And he's had success when he has done it tonight.
Yeah, and then now all of a sudden, now in the next snap, they'll put 2 guys out there. We'll see if they go back or comes on. If he comes downhill, they're one-on-one outside.
Here's a 2nd and 10. Stepping up away from the heat. Launching it deep. And incomplete. Patterson may have come back.
Go to pick my mouse up and pull it away.
Patterson may have been out of bounds.
Caught.
And then returned to the field. No, they picked up the flag. Okay. Yeah, it was that officials threw his helmet down, or his hat down.
Oh, you got to let him go. I mean, he's got to let him go, Jim.
It was Parker. And here's the other one.
Oh, Patterson, you got to run. He's kind of just halfway in it because he feels like you're just running off.
35 seconds to go. 3rd and 10.
See those 2 safeties? If they go wide up top, right up here, then you're going to have to throw it inside.
He's underneath on the ground with the catch. That's Cooper. They give him the catch.
Oakland content.
4th down, and they're just going to let the clock run down, bring Tavecchio out for a field goal.
And that drive happens because of that 2nd down running play that goes out of bounds. Kansas City gets a field goal attempt because of that. It's the small things, nondescript. No one will ever talk about tomorrow, but they're very big to the coaches when you get in there with your team the next day.
Second charge timeout.
The Raiders field goal try coming up. We're back in 30 seconds after this from Gillette.
Timeout.
It's 6 a.m. 40 million Americans are waking up to a Gillette shave. And at our factory in Boston, 1,200 workers are starting their day building on over 100 years of heritage, craftsmanship, and innovation. Today, we're bringing you America's #1 shave at lower prices every day, putting money back in the pockets of millions of Americans. As one of those workers, I'm proud to bring you Gillette quality for less, because nobody can beat the men and women of Gillette. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Giorgio Tavecchio will attempt the field goal here on the last play of the first half. Had his first miss of the season earlier in this quarter from 53 yards away. This is 45. 9 for 10 on the season. Signed at the last minute before we injured Jankowski. That one is wide of the mark.
I felt like that ref didn't know whether to say it was good or not. It's like he sat there and was like, miss.
Yeah.
Let's see, this was close. The spin of the ball late, right there, made him. Ooh, that's
a pretty good set
wide.
here.
Tavecchio was a week 1 sensation at Tennessee when he was 4 for 4, including 2 from 52. But 0 for 2 tonight. It's the end of the first half. Halftime is next after these first half highlights from Lexus and a word from your local station.
Every time I try to farm, I get drilled.
We have a vision for the future. A world without accidents. To get there, we're advancing safety technology, designed not only to automatically brake, but also actively steer. This is the most sophisticated Lexus safety system ever. And a preview of what's to come. Experience driver-first innovation. Experience amazing.
Thursday night football. It's Dolphins. It's Ravens.
All you gotta do is your part.
It's prime time.
That's crazy.
Jay Ajayi and Miami believe they're on the rise.
I
But Baltimore is ready to make their move in the tight AFC North.
And he will not be touched.
Dolphins, Ravens, Thursday Night Football. When it's on, it's on. Next Thursday at 8 on NFL Network, CBS, and streaming on Amazon Prime Video. Access. No access. Total access.
Too late. He's already fucking roaming.
There's no catch. You want total 5 night a week, 32 NFL team insider access? Watch NFL Total Access. Tomorrow at 7, live on NFL Network.
Monday, Kevin tells a lie so big.
You have got to be kidding me.
That if we told you what it was...
Never again. I can't believe I did it again.
You'd think we were lying.
From this moment on, the lying stops, okay? Not this moment. We gotta get 2 lies tonight. And then it'll stop.
A new Kevin Can Wait. Then.
So you found your dad?
Yeah.
I want to meet new Grandpa.
Don't forget to take a picture of it. Wendy and I have a bet on what you're gonna look like. I think you're gonna be bald.
New Me, Myself, and I after a new Kevin Can Wait. CBS Monday.
Let's take care of business, fellas. Michael Weatherly is Bull. New episode CBS Tuesday.
Y'all ready for the greatest catch of all time?
We are the F2 freestylers, and we're known for entertaining trick shots.
Me. Come on, dude. That's bullshit.
Doesn't get much bigger, does it?
Damage is fucking ridiculous. Okay. Doesn't get out of hand. Can't see him get too
Miller.
fucking.
I'm here in LA, and this is the men's lifestyle shoot. I always thought I would have the opportunity to play in the National Football League, but Super Bowl MVP.
Week 7 of the NFL season continues Sunday on CBS and Fox. Check your local listings for the game in your area.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
NFL Thursday Night Football presents the Lexus Halftime Report. And here's your host, James Brown.
Well, Alex Smith continuing his sterling play and guiding Kansas City to a 20-14 halftime lead. And as we take a look at that first half, Coach, big plays and crucial mistakes, the headlines.
He was red hot in this football game. He has been spot on, attacking really David Emerson, the right corner of the Oakland Raiders. But you hear right in the red zone, Travis Kelce, a great matchup for him. So many weapons they have. And Alex Smith, pinpoint pass right there. And right here, backed up a double move right here on David Emerson by Demarcus Robinson. And watch his pickup right here by Kareem Hunt. This leads to a Tyreek Hill touchdown, but he runs, he catches, and he blocks. And that's why that young man is so special as a running back. Again, here you're going to see, picking on David Emerson, the left corner of the Oakland Raiders. And right here, Tyreek Hill, fastest guy in the National Football League, runs right past him for the big play right there, Prime.
It fascinates me when you see Tyreek Hill come out to play. You don't get deep. Rod Woodson told us before the game they wanted them to have nothing deep, nothing cheap. This quarterback comparison is a good one. These are two really good quarterbacks. I can say Alex Smith has been a little more efficient and effective than David Carr, but David Carr reunited again with Amari Cooper. I am so happy and elated that they finally found Amari Cooper. It seems as though they came into the game saying, guys, we got to get this guy established. If we're going to go to the playoffs, if we're going to play the type of football, this is our go-to guy, and we got to reestablish him, let us get his confidence back, and he's done just that. They're looking for him early and often, and he's been effective.
It's interesting because you're going against Terrence Mitchell. They're staying away from Marcus Peters. They found two corners they like, these respective quarterbacks, and they are attacking them. Look for more of that in the second half.
They got to involve Kelce more as well. Kansas City has to find ways to get the ball to Kelce much more.
you mentioned if a cornerback has a lot of tackles, that means what?
They caught a lot of balls on him because it ain't like he going up there trying to call something.
We'll step aside and come back with what the second half adjustments will be, and also examine a big play from the first half that was on the sidelines. Back with more after this.
When high-tech thieves try to steal millions,
bank accounts are being emptied.
This team of geniuses,
Let's hit it.
I need to help my friends.
will stop them
We have a man on the inside.
by stealing it first.
I think they just robbed the bank. Oh, this is a wrinkle.
New Scorpion, CBS Monday.
The new season of Superior Donuts is changing things up.
Hey, Arthur, what are you doing? In a hoodie. You look like Eminem's grandfather.
Superior Donuts returns October 30th.
Thursdays, only CBS gives you more. More Bang.
Do you want to make out? The Stephen Hawking roll through the quad?
More Sheldon.
I can't lie to my mother.
Believe in yourself. More Mom.
I'm so proud of you. I always knew you could barely do it.
More Life.
We did it. Oh, we'll put on some pants.
More.
You're way too much woman for me.
Only one way to find out for sure.
TV's #1 lineup is giving you more. Thursday, November 2nd, only CBS.
Back here at halftime, both Deion and Coach talked about how important it was to get Marshawn Lynch established. But Deion, in the first half, Marshawn did something that got him in trouble.
Yeah, he did. And this is Marcus Peters. You got to understand, in the inner city, you don't have to be blood relatives to be family. And Marshawn Lynch and Marcus Peters are family. He came out there to try to rescue this kid, to get him out of the scrimmage. You can see him getting him out of there because he didn't think anybody else could handle him. It was wrong for him to come off the bench. I know he feels bad for that. I heard he may have left the building. We don't know that for sure. But Marshawn is frustrated because the lack of usage, the lack of productivity, and the lack of blocking from his offensive line.
And it's really unacceptable. It's unprofessional on his part, you know, to be that kind of guy. We heard a lot of the stories up in Seattle. He came down here with a chance for a second lease on life. And, you know, no, he was. You're right. He thought he was going to get used a lot more in this game. The game had yet to unfold. The second half was still there. He now is no longer available. They had Jalen Ricard and DeAndre Washington. The other thing that was reported by Tracy Wolfson in the first half, on the sideline, Michael Crabtree also was getting into a little bit of a verbal confrontation with Donald Penn. Again, you got a team, 4 straight losses right now, Prime. There's a lot of frustration over there. This is a very pivotal game because a game like this, you lose it, it can go south fast. You win it, it can mask a lot of these frustrations right now. This first series in the second half is going to be important right now for Derek Carr to take his team on his back. Big contract he got, he's going to have to bring this team back.
Marshawn Lynch came out to do the right thing. It just went wrong.
Poorly executed. Well, as John Madden used to say, to your point, Bill Cowher, winning is a great deodorant. We'll find out what happens in the second half. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson, up after this.
Thank you for watching the Lexus Halftime Report.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome. I love it here. I love this show. I'll be back tomorrow.
I said it was going to be a good morning.
It's a great morning every morning here on CBS. Don't miss a new episode of NCIS Los Angeles, CBS Sunday.
Here's a look at the NFL on CBS Sunday lineup. Doubleheader action in Week 7. Early, the Panthers will be at the Bears. Later, our feature matchup will be the Bengals against the Steelers. Welcome back to the Lexus Halftime Report, everyone. I'm Boomer Esiason, along with Nate Burleson and, of course, Phil Simms. What games you guys looking forward to?
Nothing gets better than Bengals at the Steelers. This is it. This is old school, late 80s grudge match football. We're familiar with the superstars, right? But we know this is going to be hard-hitting. I know you got some bruises from that old school rivalry.
I'm just telling you right now, it's Steeler week in Cincinnati. I'm glad you picked that game.
You know, look, I'm looking for the Super Bowl rematch. The Atlanta Falcons are going to play the New England Patriots, and it's going to be fun, just like the Super Bowl was, because I don't think either defense matches up well against the opposing offense. So Tom Brady and Matt Ryan, they both should have big days. Should be a lot of fun to watch.
You know, I know your Giants are almost all the way out of it. I can't believe that you didn't pick Washington and Philadelphia. I'll be there Monday night with Kevin Harlan on Westwood 1. It is going to be a great game. Think about Kirk Cousins Carson Wentz, what the Eagles have become, how physical the defense of the Redskins is. It is going to be a throwback game, much like Pittsburgh and Cincinnati. What do you think about that?
I think you're right for once.
I think I'm right, too. And remember, it all starts right here with the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines, Sunday at noon Eastern, right here on CBS. Jim Nantz and Tony Romo will be back with the start of the second half right after this.
Y'all ready for the greatest catch of all time?
We are the F2 freestylers, and we're known for entertaining trick shots. Odell Beckham's a global superstar, man. Doesn't get much bigger, does it?
Bud Light is brewed with 4 essential ingredients to be America's favorite light lager. Grab a Bud Light and enjoy the second half.
Looking long, Caught for the touchdown. That's Kelsey reaching up into the air. Look at him go, it's Cooper again. Deep ball. He hauls it in.
Yeah, it's the start of Week 7, and it's a big one here in Oakland. The Raiders in dire need of a win. They're down 20-14 to Kansas City. The Chiefs coming off their first loss of the season. What do you see happening here in the second half? Any adjustments?
Well, both defenses need to adjust because these offenses are kind of taking it right at them. And a couple times Oakland's gotten right with the perfect play call. Now, that's not going to stay the whole game. You can't get up to the line every time and just get to the perfect play. They need to throw the ball outside the numbers. Kansas City, they just need to go ahead and continue to do what they're doing and just run the football.
Third quarter kick is coming Oakland's way. As you see the big numbers, 537 yards of total offense. Patterson's going to take it all the way to the back of the end zone. Anticipating another deep kick off the strong leg of Butker. Flies about halfway into the end zone. He's coming out. And he's taken down at the 14. Good piece of tackling all the way down the field to end that. It's Terrence Smith. Go ahead, Tracy, down to you.
Well, thanks, Jim. Marshawn Lynch ejected in the first half. I was told he has left the locker room. He has left the building. I spoke with Jack Del Rio going into half and asked him about the incident. He said, that can't happen. You can't leave the bench. You can't touch a ref. That is inexcusable. As for the pushing and shoving, he said it's an intense football game, a division rival. Both teams want to win bad. Jim?
No question about that. Raiders hand it off. And that's just a gain of 1. So let's just, for a moment, talk about the Raiders going the rest of the game without their starting running back, leaving them with Richard and Washington to carry the load.
Yeah, I mean, and the fact that he left the building, I mean, I know you can't play in it, but I mean, you can sit back there in your life. I mean, you can watch the game in the training room. There's a lot of, he's obviously hot right now, and he should be, but you can't put your hands around him. You can't leave the bench. I mean, you got old linemen out there. He's fine. Everyone would have been fine. Just a very silly decision on his part.
2nd and 9. They go ground again. And they got room. They got a first down for Washington. Picks up 10, maybe 11. DeAndre Washington is his 2nd year out of Texas Tech, and he had big flashes at times last year.
And you see that just a simple handoff from a spread formation that really hurt Kansas City last week against Pittsburgh. They just lined up and kept handing this ball over and over. And they're in the same thing again with a safety in the box. That's a safety playing linebacker, Sorensen. Last week they got exposed on this over and over again.
On first down, Carr looks for options, goes underneath. That's Washington for another 10, and brought down by Derek Johnson. So they had high expectations. We were here during the preseason doing a little warm-up, and we talked to Del Rio, and he felt like Washington, with the signing of Lynch, he had a big off-season. He was going to be extra motivated to maybe become the guy. It hadn't happened through the first 6 weeks of the season. Averaged just 1.5 yards per carry.
Yeah, it just hasn't come together. This offensive line, we keep talking about that. They opened up the holes last year. They allowed Murray and these guys to have explosive plays, and they're just not getting them this year.
Green 80, here's up.
And right into the defensive front is Washington, who's touched it down the first 4 plays to start the second half. Last year, Washington was a backup who spelled a number of times Latavius Murray, and he had some big games, particularly late in the year as his rookie season after being drafted in the 5th round. And they're trying to establish something with him here to open up the second half.
Let's see what the call is here now. They got the same thing with a safety in the box, playing linebacker. He's traveling with the tight end there.
Now looking up top. Complete at the 50. Cooper holds on. Took a big hit in the back. Gains 12.
Boy, I tell you, he's had a couple drops and then has catches like this, and you'll hear the hit. Ooh.
That was Sorensen who delivered it. Good job of holding on. That was a good reach back catch by Coop. Now with 6 catches, 125 yards and 2 touchdowns. Holton comes in to replace him. Bouchard is the running back, and he is backed up right on the spot by Johnson.
So you see right there, that's Johnson, the middle linebacker. They're running this defense where you put that safety in there and play middle linebacker. And you're going to see Johnson. This is what they didn't do last week. Watch him penetrate. See how he's just going to go right there into the backfield? Last week, he'd take on that lineman and try and play a gap, and everyone would be sound. They learned they need to be explosively running, penetrating into the backfield. If you're going to play that safety in the box next to him, you know, right there by him, then you've got to get penetration.
Also happened to be a guy named Le'Veon Bell carrying the football last week. Here's Carr. Deep. Flag. Coming up on Kansas City. He pointed to Peters.
And we talked about them taking shots down the field.
Defense, number 22. That ball we placed at the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
And they take a shot, and just Peters just mauls them. Let me just grab your neck and make sure that I yank it over here for some reason. I mean, make a play on the ball. He's looking up at it.
It's a 47-yard penalty.
That's what they got to do, Jim. They've got to get down the ball, take their shots down the field. They're one-on-one out there. Take your shots downfield over and over again. You get penalties or big plays. It's happening all day.
And it sets up first and goal with the 4. Big handoff, one-on-one. It is Crabtree. Incomplete. It hit the ground. Mitchell was battling with him.
Let's see right here. This is going to be a battle. Getting hands on each other. Crabtree goes up. Kind of gets it. And then that's going to hit the ground. Mitchell fighting to the end. Look at right there, still going.
No, it's mine. Give it back to me. And now, incomplete long ago. They bring in Cordero Patterson.
23. You got the option to run it, throw it here, whatever cool little play you designed.
Second and goal. They run it. And it's Washington who takes it across. His first touchdown of the season. They worked him heavily at the start of this drive, and they end it with him.
Look at this second effort. This is the same play last week Pittsburgh ran. They ran it 4 or 5 times. Just a counter, and the ball kind of comes out at the end. But look at Washington with this effort. He doesn't go down there. He doesn't go down there. And then he gets in the end zone. That's one guy finishing the play the way that team wants. You see right there, Alexander, he's pumped up.
And now the extra point. Ooh, he left a little early. Tavecchio.
Ball start. Offense, number 2. 5-yard penalty. Still the try.
Not something you see every day.
It's like a balk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep, take the next base. Hey, let's go down to Jay Feely, huh, Jim?
Jay, what did you see here?
Well, you know, that happens a lot. They never call that on the kicker, even when he moves early. It happened to me a number of times. It was never called. So interesting that they made a call. But Tavecchio's got a rebound from his first 2 misses. You can see that it had an impact on him, and he's thinking about Janikowski in the back of his head, whether they bring him back.
Yeah, he could come back after week 8, so now it's a 38-yard PAT. Just barely inside the upright.
I'm going to go ahead and say that if he finishes this game well, I think they're going to stick with him as the kicker. He's got a great leg, and he's very good.
So, Verizon and Google have teamed up on the Pixel 2. It's a match made in tech heaven. It's like Verizon is the oil and Google is the balsamic.
No, actually, they separate into a suspension.
It's more like the Google Pixel 2 is the unlimited storage.
And Verizon is the best unlimited plan.
What if it's like H2 and O?
Yeah, like that.
I had a feeling that would score with you guys. Good meeting.
When you really, really want the best, get the Pixel 2 for up to $300 off on Google's exclusive wireless partner, Verizon.
If you want change, be the change. SWAT strength is in the pack. We move as one. Following the rules and doing what's right isn't always the same thing. SWAT is about saving lives.
We have our 5th lead change, and we're early 3rd quarter. Earns another touchback. Marcus Peters, he was from Oakland, went to McClymonds High School. He got flagged here for roughing that late hit. Andy Reid had to settle him down, and then he got hit with a 47-yard pass interference call.
And you didn't even see on the flea flicker to start the game. Seth Roberts was wide open by 15 yards. It could have been a disaster-type game for him so far.
Crowd is stirred as the Raiders have regained the lead. Out of bounds. Hill. Our visit with Alex Smith the other day, he talked about how the undefeated season, granted was through just 5 weeks, but the last in the league to lose And there's one part about it, he says, you know, when you've got all people talking about how perfect you are, in some ways that's a good thing not to have to battle that anymore. Not that you're trying to lose.
No, but what happens is when you're undefeated, you play it safe. You don't want to lose. You got to perfect. He has no interceptions. When you lose, you can let it go. It's off your back. He now is playing like the Alex of the first 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah, he said, we're going to come out swinging. Here he is on second down with a flag down, and he is sacked by Mario Edwards.
Looked like offside, didn't it, Jim?
That's already signaled. No wonder that play was chaos from the get-go.
Offside. Defense, number 52. That's a 5-yard penalty. Replay. Second down.
You see Mack right on the end, just couldn't stay in his stance, trying to time it.
And you mentioned several times how much of a struggle it was for David Emerson, the corner for the Raiders. He's been replaced here to start the second half by Dexter McDonald.
Yeah, I can see why. I mean, you give up that many big plays, and you're all 15 yards, and they run right by you.
Sean Smith is also in at another corner. Here's a 2nd and 5. They had him. Hunt wouldn't go down, and he's able to pick up a couple out of it. So there's one adjustment in the secondary for the Raiders. Hunt so far in the game, 8 carries for 50. Got another 4 catches for 30. 80 yards from scrimmage. He's been over 100 scrimmage yards every game. Got 20 to go tonight.
I have a funny feeling he's going to get there.
Yeah, by the end of this quarter. 3rd and 3. There's Smith picking up the first down. As Robinson makes a couple of Raiders come over to try to help out.
I like this Robinson kid out of Florida. We talked about him. He's getting playing time now with the injuries happening. Just a simple curl flat. Watch Alex look. Hold the black linebackers with his head and then fire the curl in there on 3rd and 3. That's too simple. McDonald, get up and like it's 3rd and 3. You can't just let a guy run up 8 yards and turn around.
C.J. Spiller comes in. Alex Smith, 8 of his last 10. Low snap. Scooped up by Smith and decked right on the spot. Vanderdoos was in there, Mack as well.
You're going to see the snap's going to be low, and the hardest one is low and left, right there, because when that ball comes back, as a quarterback, your body weight wants to go backwards. See how his body weight's going backwards? It's that subtle move to get into your drop, and then you've got to all of a sudden bend forward when your weight's going back. That happens all the time.
Remember Fulton last week snapped one over his head that led to a safety. He's in there for Mitch Morse, who's out again with a foot injury. 2nd and 12. As Hunt has a quick rendezvous with the Raider front. Justin Ellis. Vanderdoos again.
Oakland needs this place to get rocking. It's 3rd and 12. The one thing Kansas City, you worry about them if, you know, in the playoffs this year, is that their ability to stand up and block on 3rd and medium and long situations. They don't have great guys one-on-one up front. You need to help them here, especially against Mack.
You don't think it's rocking already?
It's rocking now.
Okay. Here we go, 3rd and 12. Got to get to the 49 for a first. They protect him. Smith unloads and he's caught off the deflection by Wilson for the touchdown. Last week they gave up one just like that to Antonio Brown, and now they get one to go their way.
Did that just happen? Incredible. We've seen 2 plays that you might not see in 2 seasons these 2 weeks. Watch this. I mean, it's literally just straight down the field, Wilson, and oh my goodness. It goes right through McGill's hands. I mean, he's got an easy interception, and instead it's an easy touchdown. Look at
Is he trying to catch it or bat it? What was he doing? This Wilson.
He's trying to catch it, but
gee whiz, it looked like he was trying to volleyball spike it. And extra point, Butker good. And now with Smith's third touchdown pass of the night, he has already matched his touchdown total of 15 for the entire year of 2016.
Every stitch is a part of me. All these shapes and designs express our devotion to craftsmanship. I want people to feel our passion when they touch it and when they drive it.
Test drive the CX-5 and experience the details for yourself.
Where are we? About to see Progressive's new Home Quote Explorer, where you can compare multiple quote options online and choose what's right for you.
Whoa.
Flo and Jamie here to see HQX. Flo and Jamie, request entry. Slovakia. Triceratops. Tapioca. Racquetball. Staccato.
Me llamo Jaime.
Pumpernickel. Pudding.
Hey, guys.
Home Quote Explorer. It's home insurance made easy.
That's what it is. Hey, guys.
Score big with Cricket Wireless. Our plans start at only $30 a month. We've got more 4G LTE coverage than T-Mobile or Sprint. And if you switch now, you can get a brand new smartphone for free. Cricket Wireless, something to smile about.
Tonight, if you're scared of all these things, you might want to bring some backup.
I ain't scared of nothing. Did you handle it, Pierre?
Shut up. Boo 2, a Medea Halloween, rated PG-13, in theaters tonight.
Nothing gets a family's full attention like my freshly prepared chicken. The delicious KFC $20 fill-up with 8 pieces of extra crispy chicken and sides will surely get your kids off their phones. And they may even look at you, their loving parent. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Guys, Kay Jewelers would like to remind you, it's engagement season. Save 25% off all engagement and wedding rings. October 6th through 22nd at Kay, the #1 jewelry store for yes.
NFL Thursday Night Football is sponsored by KFC. It's finger-licking good. Progressive Insurance, handing off big savings to you. And by the Mazda CX-5, driving matters. There's a look at Coach Matt Hapes of Dublin High School as he prepares the Fighting Irish for their game tomorrow night at the Raiders of Northeast High School. So the Chiefs have had 6 drives, and they've scored on 5 of them. Fortuitous bounce for once goes Kansas City's way. I mean, they've had several on the season that left their head shaking. There was this one.
Yeah, look at that. Should have been intercepted by Mitchell. No, let's go for another touchdown. Oh, that's being intercepted. Nope, that's going to go to Brown. That one could have changed the game, obviously. That was right at the end.
And then just a moment ago, McGill could have had what would have been the Raiders' first interception of the season and the first one thrown by Alex Smith.
It would have been. Both of them could have. Your little jinx early in the day would have worked exactly when you talked about it so much.
I think it was on you, wasn't it?
You don't remember it.
Here's a little pass over to Cook for 15. So we talked about Kansas City scoring on 5 of its 6 possessions. 3 times for the Raiders in 6.
Well, they should have also scored on 5 out of the 6. I mean, special teams right now is the only difference in the game. It's a tie game if they make the 2 field goals.
Blocked from 53 and just missing from on the second try from 45. At that time, Houston comes across quickly on Richard and drops him for a loss of 3.
So watch, it's a counter try, we call this. You're going to see 2 pullers. He's going to pull, he's going to pull. This is not a normal part of Oakland's offense. As you see them pull, the difference, though, is last week, this is all Pittsburgh did to run down Kansas City, run right down Kansas City's throat. And so you've seen it 4 or 5 times out of Oakland. It's a copycat league. Pittsburgh was successful. They're going to see it Kansas City now every week.
2nd and 12. And Clark through the hands of Cooper.
And what I was talking about from last week, you're going to see right here. Look at this. Same exact way we saw. The guard pulls to Castro there. And you see that right there. See the Ed D. Ford? He didn't close that down. Houston tonight has closed it down sometimes, but watch. Houston on the edge, 50. That guard kicks him out. That play's going to open up and be a big play. Copycat league every week. That's why you got to subtly adjust every week your game planning.
Raiders with 75 yards on the ground in this game. 3rd and 12. Roberts, he didn't know someone was behind him. He was lucky to be able to hold on to that ball as Chris Jones decked him from behind. Richard dropped well short of the first. There was that second down play to Cooper, and
I don't think that was a drop. Nope, that was too high, just outside the stretch.
King's second punt. His first was down at the 1. Got a flag at the line of scrimmage on the far sideline.
Well, you saw the motion.
Oh, where's it going?
Oakland.
All the way up to the 19.
Usually there's an illegal formation. You know, when you motion like that, that means someone on the line had to, you know, everyone had to be set, or someone had to make sure they didn't uncover him on the line. Too many guys on the line, too few guys.
Illegal motion. Offense, number 16. It's a 5-yard penalty. Replay. 4th down.
Called on Johnny Holton.
They were going to get the ball to 20. So this is an interesting decision because they're going to come back and punt from about the 35, 36-yard line.
And you know King has the leg to maybe do something more with it than that last 39-yard punt. He averages 53 yards a punt, 47 net.
I guess you're saying, if you're Andy Reid, I want Hill to touch this ball, right?
That's it. You got a guy that can break it anytime he gets his hands on it. As we've already seen on the deep throw that went for a touchdown.
Yep. Oh, no. And he bombs this one.
Yes, he does. That's Hill from the 12. Circles back and gets the edge. And he's taken down around the neck, the helmet flies and everything by Marquette King. 50-yard punt. And they picked up an additional 7 yards off the penalty on this run back.
Before we hit the beach, I gotta hit the loo. We can't stay here.
Why?
Terrible toilet paper. I'll never get clean.
Way ahead of you, Big Daddy.
Oh.
Charmin Ultra Strong. Its washcloth-like texture helps clean better. It's 4 times stronger, and you can use less. Beautiful view.
Thanks to Charmin and you, Honey Bear.
Oh, we all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Can a car be crafted instead of produced? Designed with attention and care to give a feeling that stays with you. At Mazda, every detail matters because driving matters. Test drive the CX-9 and discover the details that make driving better.
Ever wonder what's in a beer? If it's a Bud Light, it's 4 essential ingredients: barley, rice,
water, and hops. Here's to the beer you can always count on. Brewed to be America's favorite light lager.
Wendy's new chicken tenders are perfectly crispy and tender. And with a new side of salsa sauce, they're even better. So now the question is,
to dip or not to dip?
For a limited time, try the new chicken tenders with fries and a drink for just $5. Only at Wendy's.
Every agent has a past. Somebody turned me into a meme. And their secrets are coming out. Situations worse than they led us to believe. New NCIS. Then, is someone on this jury the real killer?
Kill a man, then volunteer to be on the jury? It's pretty clever.
A new bull after a new NCIS. CBS Tuesday.
Here's a nugget for you, Tony. There's been only one other game this year that's had 6 lead changes, and that was the Patriots-Texans game, week 3.
We're only in the third quarter.
Yeah, more to come, perhaps. Smith on first down. Did he have possession? No. Didn't have the catch until he was out. Bobbled it. Sunday at 7. Tom Brady's mom reveals how her fighting spirit helped her son keep the faith during the Patriots Super Bowl run. NFL Game Day morning. That's, of course, coming up Sunday. Patriots and Falcons have that Super Bowl rematch. Sunday at 7, live on NFL Network. NFL Game Day morning.
Take a look at this formation. Kelsey's to his left. He's one-on-one, right down at the bottom of your screen.
Go on the other side, though, it's to Hill. He tried to set everything up to that other side, and Hill has maybe 5. What did you see there, Tony?
Well, you're constantly evaluating that as a quarterback. That formation, you keep your tight end on one side of the field, and he's split out. You're going, okay, he's one-on-one. We hand it off. We throw a bubble over here. He's one-on-one. Oh, that's 3 times in a row. Then you go to the sideline, you come up with your play, and you get a big chunk. It's an explosive play if you're getting the right coverages.
Kelsey split out wider this time. Robinson comes over to join him. 3rd and 6. To Robinson. Where do they mark it?
He stretched out. He stretched out at the end, Jim.
Don't think they gave it to him, and he doesn't like it. He thought he had done what he needed to do with the ball being extended.
I like this kid. I think he gets it. I think you got to challenge that one if you're Kansas City. I mean, that's a pretty good view right there. That would have made it a lot closer.
They mark it at the 35. We got a challenge flag out. I mean, that's... They mark it between the 35 and the 36. I thought he was at least to the 36 and beyond it a little bit. Again,
Kansas City is challenging the ruling on the field of the spot in regards to the first down.
And this came on a 3rd down play.
So take a look right here. That ball gets stretched out. He's not out of bounds. He's still not out of bounds. He's over that before that thing gets touched. That's a pretty good view to see that on. You could pause when his heel touches the ground. Right when that right heel touches the out of bounds, right there. If nothing else, that has to move way forward. His right heel is actually, you can see the yard line his heel is on, right? If you see that, you know where that ball is in relation to it. It's where the ball crosses the sideline, okay?
It was beyond the 36.
So right there, you see how it crosses the sideline right there? That's almost the same time as when his heel goes down. That's, the rule is as it crosses there, that's where the out of bounds takes place.
And again, they marked it like right here, right between the 35 and 36.
And you have to move this. To me, you would say put it right at the edge of there. And you see, I think that's going to be, at least they're going to move the ball. Now they'll have to come out and remeasure. But you got to get them, on the line, the 36-yard line.
Yeah, the football rests closer to the 35 on the field right now than the 36.
Well, if we go back and show that again, if we can show that replay again, his foot, if you see his foot, look at where the foot is. So they marked the ball at the 35, which he's passing there, okay? His foot is at the 36 right there. So you tell me how you're going to put the ball there.
It's actually another foot or so.
It's probably right there,
yeah,
right?
About right there, but it's definitely past that.
Well, if his foot is here, you know the ball's in front of the heel.
After review, the receiver touched out of bounds. The ball was at the 36-yard line. The line to gain is the 36. Therefore, it is a first down. Kansas City has won the challenge, and there's no timeout.
It's the right call.
It is the right call, although I think you could probably come out and remeasure it. But, you know, we're trying to get this game, you know, done in under 4.5 hours.
Yeah, the chain gang had it right there on that 36. It was for them. And the point was clear that they got to that yard line, and as you showed, he definitely had the foot, and the ball was even beyond that. So
it's a good challenge.
Reed wins it. Chiefs get a new set of downs. To Hill as he lofts it right over a couple of Raiders. Reggie Nelson comes up to finish it, and they are having their way with this secondary.
Now watch, you're going to watch Hill. It's cover 2. He's going up the sideline. That means he's got to catch it before the safety comes over and hits him. He looks into me there. This is an incredible throw and catch. Let's see if he controls the ball. The feet are in for sure. Does the ball move? Doesn't look like it, as Nelson provides that hit right there. Feet are in to me. Yep, ball stays in control. Well, that right there, he's banged up a little bit. That's Alex Smith letting it go.
I think the Raiders are going to challenge this because the ball at the end, the very end, the ball did not remain in his hands.
Oakland is challenging the ruling on the field of a completed pass.
It was such a big hit put on by Nelson that Hill was shaken up.
The big play.
Yeah, it's a 31-yard play.
So we know the feet are in. Now let's see. Boom. See, the ball's still controlled, though, there.
See right there, it's on the ground.
Yeah, but that's because he's hurt. So he's already. See, to me, this is going to be an interesting call because, watch, it's got to survive the ground is the rule. But right there, that survived to me. Now the problem is we know it takes forever. But you know, when you're hurt and you're banged up, you're just going to let go of the ball because you're hurt.
I don't think that's a factor in it, though, whether or not the player is hurt.
It's not. It's definitely not a factor.
Not a factor.
He made a football move. He caught it, controlled it to the ground, and then he kept sliding. This will be interesting. Could go either way.
After review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It is a catch. Oakland will be charged with a first timeout.
There you go. That's a 31-yard completion in the books, and Smith has his 4th pass play of at least 30 yards in the game, and he has a 300-yard performance.
Well, that's the difference. Alex Smith, he's going to let it go, right? When you're playing to protect and you're undefeated, you're protecting everything. It's like, don't throw an interception. Do things perfect. Everyone tells you, and you don't want to lose the game. And now it's like, we got our loss out of the way. Let's go throw it. He ripped that into the cover 2 hole.
Yes, he did.
Not everybody would do that. That was a tough throw.
And you know, he had only 3 300-yard games in his first 4 years in Kansas City. He's already got 3 now this season.
Wow. You're seeing a different Alex Smith.
Totally different. First down carry. Belongs to Hunt. And he takes it inside the 30, gain of 5.
And I feel like Hill got banged up, and we don't see him out on that field.
Yeah, he's in the 10 on the far sideline.
That'll be something to watch. I know Tracy's down there. They can't afford to lose any more wideouts. Conley's out for the year. Hill's their big play threat.
They got Wilson back tonight. He, of course, got the ricochet touchdown. That was Hunt. They stopped about 1.5 yards short of the first. The 3rd and a long one coming up.
And you're seeing the coming out party of Robinson. You know, the more we watch him this year, this is my first time getting, you know, some real reps to watch him, and I like him. I think they found a guy there.
Well, his first start of the season, Demarcus Robinson, number 14. His first start came against Pittsburgh last Sunday. Had his first 4 catches of the season. He's got 5 more tonight. 3rd and 1. And that's a first down grab by the 3rd tight end, Travis.
Number 88 lost Travis. From Alex Smith.
Just too many easy throws on these 3rd and 3s, 3rd and 1s. You're just throwing the ball to the flat. Boy, you could hear that hit.
We noted that Amerson was not in the lineup to start the second half at corner. Now we hear from the Raiders that he was injured on the last drive of the first half, and that's why he's not in there. First down carry. Crunched after 2. And let's get the report now from Tracy.
Jim, concern for Tyreek Hill because he suffered that neck injury last game, but I was just told he has blood in his mouth. They just need to clean it up, and they expect him to get back out there when they do.
Yeah, he got injured, thank you, Tracy, right at the very end of that game against Pittsburgh, so they couldn't have him out there in that desperate last possession of that game.
Oh, my gosh, you watched out there. Wilson wasn't out there, Conley wasn't out there, and Hill. Your 3 starters, basically, and Alex Smith, they asked him to go win that game. How many plays can you call? 1? I'll go special 3 times. Here we go. Guys don't even know.
2nd and 8. Slides away from the Raiders, and he'll take his incompletion.
By the way, I'm pretty sure Tracy said just a little blood in the mouth. You're going to get scraped up. Boy, this is a physical sport, isn't it? Not a big deal when it's just a little blood in the mouth, I guess.
It's not so much from here, though, is it?
No.
You're starting to like this view.
Well, it's a little easier on Mondays.
Yeah.
Kansas City's been great on 3rd down, 7 for 10, 102 yards, 6 first downs. Alex Smith making plays with his leg, his arm. Look at the matchup. Expect just a form of cover 2. These 2 safeties back there, see if they stay there. They've been there all night.
Here it is, 3rd and 8. And pass was behind Robinson. Had he hit him in stride, who knows?
Yeah, this ball is right in front of you. This is what old Peyton Manning, where you get your release high and just softly throw it to this guy. You just don't need to fire that in. Alex fires it in there. I mean, that ball, the guy's right in front of you. It's really like, I mean, you almost don't throw it. That's a check down to the running back type of spot.
Harrison Butker, all-time leading scorer in Georgia Tech history. This will be from 37 to make it a 2-score game. And he's good again.
And that's the difference tonight. One team is making the field goal, the other one's not.
Need help calling the right play on game day? Call me at the Gruden Hotline. Gruden Hotline.
Coach, I'm decorating for game day.
Decorating what, with like streamers?
And balloons.
Really?
Yeah, like I said, I'm decorating.
It's a game, not an office party. You got Coronas, you're good. Trust me.
Streamers and balloons.
All right, then.
Find your beats this game day. Call the Gruden Hotline, and you could win the opportunity to hang out and talk football with Coach Gruden.
Every stitch is a part of me. All these shapes and designs express our devotion to craftsmanship. I want people to feel our passion when they touch it and when they drive it.
Test drive the CX-5 and experience the details for yourself.
Stepdads and dads don't always get along.
Daddy! Hey, Brad!
We have this thing on lockdown.
Are you all right? I'm okay.
You gotta ask another man's permission to see your own kids.
Everything is rock solid between us.
You're my boy. You're my boy. Big B. We're like boys to men.
Watch out,
Don't you want to spend the holidays with one true, real dad?
This is getting good, boys.
Daddy's home, too.
I have a dead cop and his killer's in the wind. We could use all hands on deck.
The best case we've had against the mob and our star witness happens to be our fallen cop.
I'll take care of this.
I've been trying to take Tomasi down for years. This is an opening I can't turn down.
Well, I didn't kill no cop.
We think you did.
Sit down.
Derek Carr and the Raiders now down 9 in the final minute of the third quarter. He's having a 260-yard night, 2 touchdowns, no picks, but his defense has not been able to stop Alex Smith and company. And of course, most of you know the past history of the Carr family. Derek's brother David, the first overall pick by the Texans back in 02. Expansion team in 04. 13-year-old Derek took on some mascots at halftime. It was not such a friendly occasion.
Now look at this mascot here, just whack. That's Derek Carr right there, getting pounded by this, 30-year-old man.
It was the Houston Rockets mascot, Clutch. Took it a bit too far, I think.
I think so.
It's just a kid back there.
I mean, what a kid really wanted to play high school football and didn't get the opportunity. That 35-year-old guy.
Let me show everybody here in this stadium what he could have done.
He said he could have. He tells people about his sack on Derek Carr.
Right, I got to him one. Handoff for about 4 to Washington.
Still running the Pittsburgh counterplay for the 5th, 6th time tonight.
The only thing we don't see, though, we don't see that pause and hesitation that Le'Veon Bell has trademarked and made it his own.
That he has. To have that patience when there's a whole bunch of men trying to take your head off, it's pretty remarkable.
Something to watch. He has really destroyed Kansas City these last 3 matchups over the last 2 years. 2nd and 7. Cooper turns the corner, and that little move picks up the first.
Attacking Gaines in the slot. 23 for Kansas City. Philip Gaines he's one-on-one with Cooper all day, and he has help inside, and he still gets beat outside.
That's going to close out quarter number 3. Chiefs lead it 30-21. Now you're watching Thursday Night Football.
New Monday. Has Penny put a spell on Sheldon?
You need to sit down and let me pamper you.
What did you do? Are you a witch?
Find out on a new Big Bang Theory, CBS Monday. Shamar Moore stars in SWAT. Series premiere, CBS Thursday, November 2nd.
Father used to say, when the world knocks you down, you get back up again.
Play it first on Xbox One with EA Access.
I came here to spread the game of football, the one that I love, the one that I grew up on, the one that's made me who I am today. Hopefully we can get it, to spread across the world, and everybody love it the way that I do.
"4 years off the team, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. My Chiefs family
gave me an overwhelming amount of support.
When they decided to do pink, after that caught on, I think it's really important because people now identify with that.
Not just being at breast cancer, but for all cancer, man, that's huge.
You know, through awareness, knowledge, research, I think that we can all attack this together.
Start the fourth quarter, and your word at the top was desperate times for Oakland. Having lost 4 in a row, Tony, the bottom now of those AFC West standings with 2 divisional losses already.
2-4, they're 5-1. This is as big a quarter as they've had in a long time this season for sure. Oakland needs points on this drive.
On first down, going for the long ball, and it's incomplete. Gaines running right with Roberts.
And Roberts gets down the field, and you're going to see late, Peters comes off his guy to help. And if he doesn't come off, I think that's a throw and catch because Roberts is good. And you see how these guys at the end of the play, that's a pretty good job not hitting the receiver too early. You get antsy at the end as a DB. You want to make sure you don't give up that big play.
So the Raiders open the quarter, taking a shot down the field. And 2nd and 10. Sidearm pass got away from him. Going back to Cooper. And our visit with Jack Del Rio. This came just a few, day and a half after the loss to the Chargers here. This is the 3rd game of a 3-game homestand. They've already lost the first 2 legs of it to Baltimore and the Chargers. And he said, I told the team, you can fold up and find a warm blanket, or you can pick yourself up and go fix it.
Yeah, well, look at, they got Denver, they got Kansas City, they play the NFC East. Oakland's schedule from here on out, it's really, really difficult. They need this home game against the division leader to keep themselves in it. 2-5, I just don't really think they can come back from it if they get to that far behind.
3rd and 10, big time blitz. That gets the pass away, fighting for that yardage. Oh, what a move. That was Cook. They played possum for a moment. It's like he was done, and then they just turned on the gas and was able to get around Murray.
Yeah, he's going to go up, and he really just, I've said it all game, just throw and catch. These 10-yard stop routes, the whole game, it's one-on-one, and Murray just gives up. He had him stopped a yard short. You see the sticks right there? He's just short. Just finish the play, Murray.
On first down. Knocked down, incomplete. Crabtree was the target. Been a quiet night for Crabtree. 2 catches for 22. That was Mitchell defending.
I mean, how big was that play? To keep this drive, you're down 30-21. We were talking ad nauseum about their record and how difficult it'll be if they lose this football game to have any opportunity to get in the playoffs. The division's pretty much done, you know, if they lose this. And they need this possession. You could feel it right now, Jim, how important this is in their season.
And it was Cook who made the play to keep it going. See if they can do more with it. 2nd and 10, jump pass, complete, first down, Washington. That's actually Richard. Richard is thrown down, looking around and saying, wait a minute, what was it with that? No flag, but they got the first on a gain of 17.
Watch Carr in the pocket. He's going to move around, look right, look left, dance a little, shimmy to the right, and then jump for no reason and throw it perfectly in front of him.
It looks good, though.
It does. You see the end of the play, Jim, where he just gets ripped down.
Well, he was one face mask.
Derek Johnson.
Move the sticks again at the 33. Open.
Finally, Cooper. They're throwing it outside the numbers for stop routes, hitches, just 10 yards, 8 yards, turn around. They can do this all game. Watch, he's going to run up 5, 10, 11 yards and turn. That's simple, just throw and catch. They're finally doing it. And if they do that, that's going to get Kansas City out of this style of defense.
And how about Cooper on his 8th catch, 152 yards. That's more than he had the first 6 weeks of the season combined. And Carr has another 300-yard game, his 12th. Passing Darryl Lamonica for second place in Raider history as far as 300-yard games. Lamonica's here tonight. 1st and 10. In the end zone, and throws it over the top and away from Walford. You got Carr at 319, Smith at 317. Been some fireworks in this game from the start.
There has been. And we said early in the game, Derek Carr needs to put this team on his back. You know, they rely on him. And everyone around him, they're not playing great football right now as a team, but, you know, you can get a win and get going. Put your team on your back right now, Derek.
2nd and 10. Hurdling down to about the 8 is Richard. And you see no signs of any issues with the back, really. I mean, this transverse process fracture, which you're so familiar with, and we were at the game in Denver when that happened. And
well, he's going to play good football here. Last week, he didn't take a shot, which was a little bit different. Normally, you're going to take a shot that allows you to numb the pain a little bit. You're still going to feel it, but it at least helps a little. He didn't take it. And, you know, when you don't take that, or even when you do, you still want to get that ball out early. You got that broken bone. It doesn't feel good. You know, there comes a time in the game when you got to stand there and do it. This week, he feels fine. That should be done with.
3rd and 6. Takes something off of it. It was in the hands for a moment for Cook, but Murray may have gotten a hand right in there and knocked it away.
I think he was getting held. I mean, that should be a penalty. I felt like he had him wrapped around the waist. Let's see. Look at his right hand.
Oh.
He's been pulling him down for about 3 steps.
That was definitely early.
That was a perfect throw. He's pulling him down. And he's still, I mean, you still want to come down with that. Tomorrow, you're going to watch it.
Now to make it a 1-score game, they go field goal, 26 yards to Vecchio. Again, he's 0 for 2 tonight. 53 and 45 were the 2 misses. King on the hold. Vecchio drills this one dead center. Gets it down to a 1-score game. 30-24 Chiefs.
The Volkswagen Atlas with easy access 3rd row. Life's as big as you make it.
It's iPhone season and everyone's celebrating. But this year, celebrate more responsibly.
How much data did I use last night?
What did I sign up for? Hey, Jimmy, where's your iPhone season spirit? Be smart and get the new iPhone 8 from Sprint. You'll get the best price for unlimited and network reliability within 1% of the other guys. Works for me. It's an iPhone season miracle. I'm going to Sprint.
Celebrate at Sprint. Get the new iPhone 8 and save $350. Plus, upgrade to the latest iPhone anytime with iPhone Forever.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do. Peggy, I finished your shoulder.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
What happened out there wasn't an accident.
They're targeting cities.
Who has the resources to pull this off? The president.
Gerard Butler. Geostorm. Rated PG-13.
Come on.
More doing chores for mom
serious?
parole? More doing chores for dad parole. More earning something you love parole. Bounty is more absorbent, so the roll can last 50% longer than the leading ordinary brand. So you get more life per roll. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Toe drags, fumble recoveries,
We got it.
strip sacks. If it's NFL football and it happened, we got it. Never miss a thing with broadcast replays, condensed games, and coaches' film. NFL Game Pass. Get it for a new lower price today.
Dolphins, Ravens, next Thursday at 8.
Both these quarterbacks sharp tonight. 317 for Smith, 3 touchdowns. Carr at 319 and a pair.
You're seeing the Derek Carr that's healthy. You're gonna see this continue as they go forward. They're pushing the ball down the field tonight. Alex Smith is ripping it. He almost needed that pass a little bit just so he can play free and go the way he played to start the year.
Come on, really?
Here's a King Hunt. Oh, he bounces off the tackle. We got a flag thrown down. Back at the 20.
During the return, holding, return team, number 21. That penalty's half the distance to the goal.
There we go.
First down.
Called on Eric Murray. It's an NFL doubleheader coming up on Sunday. First up for us, Cam and the Panthers battle the Bears and their rookie quarterback, Mitch Trubisky. That'll be the anchor game early and late. Most of the nation will get the game from Pittsburgh. Cincinnati at the Steelers. That is always some special rivalry. And it all begins with the NFL Today. JB and the crew. Phil, Coach, Nate, Boomer, 12 noon Eastern. We'll see you Sunday afternoon. Our team will be in Pittsburgh for that one. We'll go from the AFC West to the AFC North. And Hunt plows ahead for about 5. This Chiefs team in the fourth quarter, they have put up at least 10 points in 5 of their first 6 games in the final quarter, including the 21-point outbreak they had in the first game of the season at Gillette Stadium.
This game, their fourth quarter has been exceptional. Even last week when they lost, they played great in the fourth quarter. They brought themselves back. They had like 50 yards of offense going into the fourth quarter and ended up with like 300 or 250. And it just, they're a fourth quarter team, and that's what you need to do to win.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Waiting for it. Kelce. Travis Kelce picks up a first down out to the 24.
An interesting point. Talking about, Kelce right here, just Alex spinning that ball, throwing the ball really well this year. Kelce's a matchup nightmare. They move him around everywhere, Jim, and he's like an automatic 80-plus receptions, 1,000 yards. He's outstanding. Just really an outstanding player.
Out of Cleveland Heights High School, and then Cincinnati for college. There's Hunt, and they will give him 4 on that one, which gives him exactly 100 scrimmage yards for the night.
Yep.
7 straight games.
He's good.
That's a record for a rookie. He already had it at 6.
A little bit ago, Jim, they kicked that field goal. Oakland was down 9. Last week, Kansas City was down 9. They elected to go for the touchdown, and it ended up, being a little bit dicey decision. They didn't get within 1 score. Oakland got within 1 score. We're going to see how that plays out here at the end of this game. It didn't work out for Kansas City going for it.
Tyreek Hill is back on the field, Tony, down at the bottom of the screen. 2nd and 6. Pass got away from him and nearly picked by Carl Joseph. Intended for Kelce.
Got away with one there. This ball goes right. You're going to see it's cover 2. The safeties are going to be wide. The middle of the field's open. And just out in front of Kelce. Just missed on that one, Alex. Oh, the tip saved him.
Yep.
Kelce got a tip, and that saved him.
Raider Nation comes to life on 3rd and 6. Smith steps up, and he gets the completion and the first down to Hill, who I mentioned just returned a couple of plays ago after being shaken up earlier.
This is just good football all over the place. Watch these 2 guys get out and hit people all over the place. Whack right there on Kelce. Smith has to step up. And watch this, they're not going to let Kelce beat him here. You're outside leverage, you got a guy inside, boom.
Irvin.
You can do that within 5 yards. If it's past 5, you can't. I think that was a little bit far downfield. Kelce has a point. That was not okay.
Hand off to Hunt. And it's Irvin along with Bowman.
27.
How about Bowman gets signed on Monday? And, a little bit of cat and mouse to not completely tip your hand, trying to find out from Del Rio how much he would play. Well, he ends up starting, and he ends up getting the helmet with the line of communication.
To call the plays for the defense.
You've been a Raider for 3 days.
But that actually helps you. So when you're calling the plays, you don't have to hear it from another player. You get it first. So you get the extra 5 seconds to know the play call and to adjust it in your own brain.
In the
smart
chain.
call by that.
Yep, 2nd and 8. And Hunt able to wiggle out of a tackle and pick up another first. He got away from Bowman. Looked like they had him stopped. He picks up 10.
Look at Bowman right here. Ooh, he literally made Sherman, the fullback, whiffed. Then he gets by and gets involved in the play right here. And that's what makes Hunt special. You're just making people miss tackles, get an extra 4 or 5 afterward. That's what separates running backs. Can you get the extra couple?
81 on the ground for Hunt. Another 30 in the passing game. And that's Spiller for 1.
Well, we're to the point in the game right now. Kansas City 30, Oakland 24. You're at the 50-yard line. They need about 12 to 14 yards to get a realistic field goal shot. Oakland's defense needs to stand up right now if they want a chance to win this game. Because if they go another 2-3 minutes off the clock and take a field goal, percentages go way down to having a chance to win this. This is the first down right here, everybody. This next 9 yards is going to be the difference.
And a drive that's already taken 4.5 minutes. And changed field position. Remember, they started back at the 9. Here is the pass for Kelsey. And he lost a yard trying to make a cut. Joseph trips him up. Now you got your big 3rd down, 4, 5 maybe coming up.
Kelsey's just in a zone coverage and just turn. Oh, get upfield. He loses yard. If he just turned and fell, it'd be 3rd and 1. Big 3rd down now, Jim. 3rd and 4. You're down 6. Oakland, you need this place to rock, and here they come. Derek needs the ball back. Can they get it for him with their season hanging in the balance?
Man. 6 minutes left. They're down 6.
Here they come. And the blitz forced that throw. It was Bowman who came barreling down on the quarterback.
That reminded me of Luke Kuechly. Watch him wrap around and come right in there like a missile. And Alex felt it. He knew he was going to take that and short arms it because he couldn't get into the throw to get it down the field enough.